Do you feel scared to ask questions in English? Are you afraid that your question will sound wrong or that people won't understand you?
Many students know how to answer, but they freeze when they need to ask. Asking questions is the key to real conversations. Today, you will learn natural questions, from simple to advanced. After this practice, you will never be afraid to ask again.
We will practice in 3 levels. Level 1, A1, A2, beginner, simple, short questions for daily situations. Level 2, B1, intermediate, more detailed questions for conversations, work, and travel. Level 3, B2, upper intermediate, polite, nuanced, and follow-up questions for deeper discussions.
You will hear each sentence twice. Then you will repeat it twice. Imagine you are asking a real person. Speak with curiosity. Let's overcome the fear of asking. Let's begin. Part 1. Level 1. A1 to A2. Beginner. These are short, easy questions for everyday situations.
Basic information questions. What is your name? What is your name? Where are you from? Where are you from? How old are you? How old are you? What do you do? What do you do? Where do you live? Where do you live? What is your phone number? What is your phone number? What is your email address? What is your email address? When is your birthday? When is your birthday?
Simple yes-no questions. Do you like coffee? Do you like coffee? Do you speak English? Do you speak English? Are you tired? Are you tired? Is this your bag? Is this your bag? Can you help me? Can you help me? Do you have a minute? Do you have a minute? Is the store open? Is the store open? Are we late? Are we late?
Questions for everyday situations. What time is it? What time is it? Where is the bathroom? Where is the bathroom? How much is this? How much is this? What is for dinner? What is for dinner? Where can I buy water? Where can I buy water? How do I get to the station? How do I get to the station? What does this word mean? What does this word mean? Can you repeat that, please? Can you repeat that, please?
Polite requests as questions. Could you help me, please? Could you help me, please? Can I have a glass of water? Can I have a glass of water? May I sit here? May I sit here? Would you mind closing the window? Would you mind closing the window? Can you speak slower, please? Can you speak slower, please? Can you show me on the map? Can you show me on the map? Can I try this on? Can I try this on? Can I pay by card? Can I pay by card?
Questions about time and dates. New topic. What day is it today? What day is it today? What is the date today? What is the date today? What time do you wake up? What time do you wake up? When does the store close? When does the store close? How long will the meeting last? How long will the meeting last? What time is the next bus? What time is the next bus? When is your appointment? When is your appointment? How many days until the weekend? How many days until the weekend?
Level 1 complete. Great! You now have simple questions. Let's move to Level 2.
Part 2. Level 2. B1 Intermediate. Everyday conversation questions. These are longer, more natural questions for real conversations.
Questions about preferences. What kind of music do you like? What kind of music do you like? Do you prefer tea or coffee? Do you prefer tea or coffee? What is your favorite movie? What is your favorite movie? Do you like to travel? Do you like to travel? What do you usually do on weekends? What do you usually do on weekends? What is the best restaurant around here? What is the best restaurant around here?
Do you prefer to stay home or go out? Do you prefer to stay home or go out? What kind of food do you enjoy? What kind of food do you enjoy?
Questions about plans and future. What are you doing this weekend? What are you doing this weekend? Are you free tonight? Are you free tonight? Do you have any plans for the holiday? Do you have any plans for the holiday? Where are you going on vacation? Where are you going on vacation? What time should we meet? What time should we meet? Where would you like to eat? Where would you like to eat? Will you be at the meeting tomorrow? Will you be at the meeting tomorrow? How long are you staying in town? How long are you staying in town? Questions for work and school. What time does the meeting start? What time does the meeting start? Who is in charge of this project? Who is in charge of this project? Can you explain this task to me? Can you explain this task to me? When is the deadline? When is the deadline? Do we need to prepare anything? Do we need to prepare anything? Could you send me the file, please? Could you send me the file, please? Is there any homework for tomorrow? Is there any homework for tomorrow? What page are we on? What page are we on?
Questions for travel and directions. How far is the airport from here? How far is the airport from here? Which bus goes to the city center? Which bus goes to the city center? Is this the right train to London? Is this the right train to London? How long does the flight take? How long does the flight take? Where can I find a taxi? Where can I find a taxi? Do I need to change trains? Do I need to change trains? Is there a bathroom on this train? Is there a bathroom on this train? What time do we arrive? What time do we arrive?
Questions about health and feelings. New topic. How are you feeling today? How are you feeling today? Did you sleep well last night? Did you sleep well last night? Are you feeling any better? Are you feeling any better? What are your symptoms? What are your symptoms? Have you seen a doctor? Have you seen a doctor? Do you need me to get you anything? Do you need me to get you anything? Is there anything I can do to help? Is there anything I can do to help? How long have you been feeling like this? How long have you been feeling like this?
Level 2 complete. Excellent. You are now asking natural questions. Let's go to Level 3. Part 3. Level 3. B2, Upper Intermediate. Polite, nuanced, and follow-up questions. These are more sophisticated questions for deeper conversations.
Polite and indirect questions. Could you tell me where the station is? Could you tell me where the station is? Do you know what time the movie starts? Do you know what time the movie starts? I was wondering if you could help me. I was wondering if you could help me. Would you mind if I opened the window? Would you mind if I opened the window? Do you happen to know the answer? Do you happen to know the answer? Could I possibly borrow your charger? Could I possibly borrow your charger? Would it be okay if I left early? Would it be okay if I left early? I'd like to know how this works. Could you explain? I'd like to know how this works. Could you explain?
Follow-up questions to show interest. Oh, really? What happened next? Oh, really? What happened next? That sounds interesting. How did you get into that? That sounds interesting. How did you get into that? Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? How did that make you feel? How did that make you feel? What was the best part about it? What was the best part about it? Have you always been interested in that? Have you always been interested in that? What do you mean by that exactly? What do you mean by that exactly? Can you give me an example? Can you give me an example? Questions for opinions and discussions. What is your take on this issue? What is your take on this issue? How do you feel about the new policy? How do you feel about the new policy? Do you think it's a good idea to work from home? Do you think it's a good idea to work from home? What would you do if you were in my situation? What would you do if you were in my situation? Which option do you think is better? Which option do you think is better? Why do you believe that is the right choice? Why do you believe that is the right choice? Is there any reason you prefer that one? Is there any reason you prefer that one? What are the advantages and disadvantages? What are the advantages and disadvantages?
Questions for clarification and confirmation. Just to be clear, are you saying that? Just to be clear, are you saying that? Let me make sure I understand. You mean... Let me make sure I understand. You mean... Could you elaborate on that point? Could you elaborate on that point? Are you implying that I made a mistake? Are you implying that I made a mistake? Did I hear you correctly? Did I hear you correctly? So, if I understand you right, you think... So, if I understand you right, you think... Is there another way to look at this? Is there another way to look at this? Could you run that by me one more time? Could you run that by me one more time? Hypothetical and conditional questions. What would you do if you won the lottery? What would you do if you won the lottery? If you could live anywhere, where would you choose? If you could live anywhere, where would you choose? What would you change about the world if you could? What would you change about the world if you could? How would your life be different if you spoke 3 languages? How would your life be different if you spoke 3 languages? If you had a free day tomorrow, how would you spend it? If you had a free day tomorrow, how would you spend it? Would you rather travel to the past or the future? Would you rather travel to the past or the future? What would you study if you went back to school? What would you study if you went back to school? If you could meet any famous person, who would it be? If you could meet any famous person, who would it be?
Level 3 complete. Perfect. You have completed all 3 levels. 120 natural questions.
Conclusion and next steps. Congratulations. You now have many natural questions to ask in any situation. You learned simple questions for daily needs, conversation questions for plans and preferences, polite indirect questions, follow-up questions, opinion questions, clarification questions, and hypothetical questions. Now, here is your mission. Use 1 new question every day. Ask a coworker, a friend, or even yourself. The more you ask, the less afraid you will become. If this video helped you, give it a like. Subscribe for more shadowing practice. Share it with a friend who is afraid to ask questions in English. Write in the comments, what question do you want to ask someone today? I read every comment. Keep asking, keep learning, and keep speaking without fear. See you in the next video.